What is up, everybody, and welcome back to College Series 9, Week 4, as we have the Tennessee Volunteers heading down to Tiger Stadium to take on the LSU Tigers. Both teams coming into this at 2-1. You've all heard by now what happened in Week 1 to LSU when they beat California in the live game, but some stuff happened behind the scenes. They ended up taking that sim loss. But since then, LSU is 2-0, beat Western Michigan last week, 52-13. Tennessee also 2-1, losing to UCLA Week 1, 41-28. Two bounce-back games and have beaten... and has beaten Rutgers 61-0. So we're going to have our first SEC matchup for both of these teams, as the LSU Tigers, let me make sure everyone can hear me in the chat first. Put this on slow, check in, see how everyone's doing. Make sure everyone can hear me. Let's see. Dante, Kevo, EA, Amber, Kareem Douglas, Michael Simmons. What's up? All right, let's go ahead and get started. As it looks like the LSU Tigers are going to get the ball first. It's going to be returned out to the 26. So we're going to get our first look at Sewell Maivia, quarterback for LSU, national champions of last year. And you know, the key to these skill players is going to be Bobby Winbush, number 3. It's at the top of the screen, but it's going to be play action as Maivia looks, pressure, gets it off, and wide open caught, and there's Bobby Winbush right there for a 26-yard gain to start the game. And like I said, they have some really, really good receivers here. As they're going to do for another pass, Maivia looks, throws it, almost intercepted. The Tennessee DB jumped in front of the pass there. So 2nd and 10, pressure, throws, caught, and he's going to hold on to it for a gain of 8 with the receiver Jonte LaFleur. They're going to finally hand out to the running back, who's got a first down, brought down by number 41, Jamie Dora. He's going to do pump fake, look, gets it off, it's caught. He's going to go up the field for a 3-yard gain. Jeremy Speed, they're going to say that's his 2nd rush attempt. Seven, spread out really wide. They're going to give it to Speed, who's got a lane, but can't spin around the defender. Number 7, Wade, the safety on the tackle. So 3rd and 1. Dual backfield. They're going to motion Speed out. They're going to hand it off to the other player for they're going to say 4th and inches. And they're going to go for it here. From the 28, 3 receivers to the top. Maivia takes the snap. He's going to step up, and he's going to have the first and fall down at the 27. So LSU offense made some good work here. LSU, a 94 overall team. Is there the interception? Got away with it before, but can't this time. That's number 20, linebacker Greg Punga. with the interception. So the corner drops it, but the linebacker comes and takes it away. What was a promising first drive has led to a turnover. Tennessee ball. And man, I guess Mavia just didn't see him. Hunga just sat there the entire time, and the ball was thrown right at him. Highlighting the running back who had 190 against Rutgers last week, Juju Pittman. This offense led by Eric Wellnitz. As they're going to motion the receiver. They're going to hand the ball off to Pittman, who can break the first tackle, but can't get past the onslaught. That's C.J. Lanky and Jace Leningcole for the TFL. Their loss of 1. They're going to give it right back to Pittman. And oh, if he would have just went to the right, he had a lane there. I guess it just closed too quickly for him to see. Tennessee in this hurry up. And at the top of the screen, you'll see Jackson Willis, Heisman winner from CS8, led the nation in yards. As they're going to run play action, there's a lot of pressure. They're going to have to check it down. That's going to be a loss of 1, a quick 3 and out for the Tennessee offense. As LSU is going to return this to the 31. Interception last time. They're going to take the snap, give the ball to Speed, who can't get past the first defender. It's brought down by Mateo Francesca. A lot of fun names on both of these rosters. Trips to the top on 2nd and 3. I think it's going to do play actions, looking, throws, it's caught by Bobby Winbush. Up to 40 yards in the first 4 minutes of the game. The Tigers at midfield. So obviously the Tigers looking to repeat. As he's going to do a screen, and that's blown up and going nowhere. Second and 10 from the 50, play action again, throws, caught for a first down. And Maivia puts that into a tight window. It could be the tight end Corey Peterson on the reception. He's going to give it back to Speed, who's got some speed. And that's going to be an 8-yard gain. Again, this LSU offense is moving pretty easily on Tennessee. As they're going to give it to Speed, who I think he had the lane outside if he would have kept going, but cuts it up for a gain of 3. That's enough for a first. So LSU at the 29 through an interception at the 28 last drive as Maivia's got pressure, and he's going to just throw it away out of bounds, 2nd and 10. LSU motioning the offense to the top of the screen. They're going to give it to Speed, who's got great blocks. The receiver can't hold on to it long enough. The corner Callis stopping him after a gain of 6, bringing up 3rd down. Play action, doing a screen, and oh, the lineman couldn't hold on to the block long enough. And that's the linebacker, Mateo Francesca, getting another stop, forcing 4th down as the kick is up and good. We have our first score of the game as LSU leads Tennessee 3-0. Tennessee set to return as that spin move goes nowhere. They're going to have to start from the 15. Last time they were out, had absolutely nothing going. It's 4th and 10. They're going to give it to Pittman to start, and that's a positive play there for a gain of 6. bunch to the top of the screen. LSU matching with 7 down near the box. They're going to do their own screen to Wilson to the outside, who's got 1 block. Couldn't get past the second defender. That's number 26, Brian Bree, on the tackle. So Tennessee just trying to compete in the SEC. Pittman has a huge run for a first down to the 41. But Tennessee just trying to be more competitive here in the SEC that has LSU, that has Alabama, that has Oklahoma, that has Texas. Just trying to show they can hang with the big dogs, because they do have a 92 overall team. And it's really going to be on the back of Eric Wellnitz. You know, they keep giving the ball here to Pittman, but that's only going to work out so well. Wellnitz dropped down to a 79 overall in this game. And, you know, just like, you know, with the Georgia quarterback that kind of held them back a little bit last year, Wellnitz is going to have to go above and beyond to make Tennessee any kind of competitive here in the SEC this year. Because on 3rd and 7, he drops back to throw. Wellnitz outside the pocket, throws back shoulder, and is lucky that's complete. It's going to bring us a 4th and 1. While this punt is on, we can get a look. Oh, that didn't go on as quickly as I wanted to. Hide that again for now. I'll bring that up back again as there's pressure, but Maivia steps up and slides down. 2nd and 4, and they're going to go to hurry up this time. They're going to go play action, and then, oh, lucky that it was an interception, but a broken tackle, and that's going to somehow be 3rd and inches. LSU back in the hurry up again. Tennessee with 5 at the line of scrimmage. I think they're expecting a run. It's going to be a keeper by Maivia for first to the 40. Broken tackle to the 44. 1st and 10, LSU. Throw it quickly. Oh, gets it past the corner there into the hands of Jonte Blitz for a first down. So Maivia starting to feel more comfortable, showing what won them. That's batted at the line of scrimmage, showing them what won them the Natty last year. You know, really LSU had an amazing defense. Every single player doing everything they needed to do on defense. Maivia showed that he could lead the team on offense, and we've seen that through the first quarter. Outside of those 2 reckless plays. LSU in a heavier formation now. Still looking to pass as Maivia's looking, just checks it down to Speed, who's going to have the first down at the 31. Tennessee's defense outside of that interception has really looked like they've been no match for LSU. LSU's just kind of getting whatever they want, no matter what they call. Someone seems to be open, or a lane seems to open for Speed. LSU's defense is going to have to start tightening up if they want to have a chance in this game. As again, a huge lane for Jeremy Speed as he's inside the 10, down to the 5. LSU inside the red zone. Tennessee's stacking the box, not wanting a run. It's a keeper, and look at all those pancakes. Maivia walks into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. And the offensive line of LSU absolutely dominated in the trenches there. 2 to 3 different Tennessee Volunteers on their backs. That kick is up and good. LSU now has a 10-0 lead. I'm going to pull up this top 25 and just resize it real quick. I don't think it's going to work on this one. But I'll just go through. So we have Alabama at 1, Miami at 2, Ohio State at 3, Penn State at 4, North Carolina at 5. Colorado at 6, Oregon at 7, Nebraska at 3, and then LSU down here at 9 with the asterisk because they should be 3-0. Is currently sitting at 2-1 because of that mishap in week 1, but still ranked in the top 10, still in a great position to make the college football playoffs, and luckily it was not a conference game, so still in play for a conference championship as well. As they're going to give it back to Pittman, who's going to have a first down. As they're just going to keep feeding the ball to Pittman and hoping it gets it going, but you know, they got 2nd and 5. But it's not going to keep working against this LSU defense. Wellness is going to have to start using his Heisman winner, Jackson Willis, more often. His quarterback is hit as he's thrown, and that's going nowhere. Another thing I haven't brought up is that both of these teams are user coached, as Wellness hits the player for a first down. That's Pittman again to the 40. LSU coached by Cedric Wilson, first-year head coach. Tennessee coached by Michael Robinson. That's going to be an RPO, and no one blocks number 91, and that goes nowhere after a gain of 2. So 2 first-year coaches doing battle here. Wellness takes the snap and is going to quickly take the check down to his tight end, Dalton Casey. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Again, man, we've only seen Jackson Willis with 1 target so far in this game. As they send the blitz, it's not going to get there. It's caught on the curl route, but short of the first down. 4th and 1 from the 49. And Eric Wellness is now over 1,000 yards on the season with that completion. Is Tennessee going to go for it here from midfield? They are. You can see LSU, they've been giving the ball to Pittman every play. LSU lined up at the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be a quick pass, and broken up by number 1, CJ Lanky, and that's a turnover on downs. Avila looking to throw. As time throws, and could have been intercepted again. Swatted away by Tyrone Baggett. Taking plenty of chances here in the first quarter. So they have a motion, and they're going to get it to Bobby Wimbush on the outside. Great block. Can't juke out the defender, but a first down. LSU getting a new play call in from the sideline. Coach sees something that he like. Bringing the tight end back over, stacking at the top. They're going to do a halfback draw, and Tennessee is all over that for no gain. Villa looks to throw. Plenty of time, and he's going to go down! Ran into a sack by Draven Robinson. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Your LSU Tigers have a 10-0 lead over Tennessee. Man, only 10 carries for Pittman, and it feels like he's getting the ball on every play. For Tennessee, I thought he was closer to 15 to 20 already in that first quarter. So 3rd and 16 to start the second for the Tigers. So pass by Villa. He's looking. He's going to give him a chance. Bobby Wimbush and touchdown LSU! What a connection from quarterback to receiver. And, you know, that's just all faith. When that ball's thrown, Wimbush is right next to the corner, but they create separation, and Mavia puts it only where his guy can get it. So on a 3rd and 16, we get a great touchdown pass. As that kick is up and good, and LSU is now leading 17-0 over Tennessee. now Wellnitz is going to have to do something here to get this offense going. You're down 3 possessions already here in the second. So give it back to Pittman. And oh, what a great tackle. Number 59, Sidney Cook. It looked like that was going to be a huge gain, and he gets wrapped up. It's going to be a keeper by Wellnitz, who's going to fall for a gain of 3. Third and 2, coach changing the play. They're going to give it to Pittman, who's got a first down, and is going to be down at the 28. And again, right back to Pittman. And he is definitely a bell cow back. As that Tennessee is determined to live and die by Pittman. As he can get the ball again and has a huge lane to the inside. Can't juke out the defender as he gets slammed. The safety, Brian Bree, puts Pittman on his back. Because the backup running back Morris Dunham is in the game. They're going to give him the ball, and he's got a nice little lane, some room to run for a gain of 8. And now Pittman is back. Let me get a breather after that play. So that slot receiver for Tennessee might be open, but they're just going to give it to Pittman, who's going to be short, 3rd and inches at the 50. Now this is probably 2 down territory. Tennessee did decide to go for it. Last time, as both teams making a bunch of adjustments here at the line. And they are going to give it to Pittman, who's got a first down and more. And they're into positive territory for the first time this game, up to the 38. There's been nothing but runs the entire drive so far. They're going to pass. Pressure from LSU. He throws to a wide open receiver into the red zone. 1st and goal at the 4, and that's number 2, D'Angelo Marvin, on the reception. The Volunteers finally able to catch them sleeping, as that seam route was just wide open from the slot. As Pittman is going to motion to the other side. Wellnitz looks to throw, picks up the block, but can't get the ball out in time. Almost intercepted at the line. 2nd and goal from the 4. Wellnitz looks, throws, caught by Pittman, shoves the first defender, can't get by the next 2. The Volunteers are at the 1. Wellnitz looks to throw, there's a blitz, gets out, touchdown! Volunteers, tight end Dalton Casey, open on the drag route. Tennessee finally finds themselves on the board. Now, LSU decided to send out an all-out blitz, and the safety coming from the opposite side of the field just can't get there in time to get to the wide-open tight end. Our score is 17-7. LSU still holds a 10-point lead with 11.5 here in the second quarter.
LSU 17, Tennessee 7.
As what a juke by LSU, and he looks like he could be going all the way, a block, and Bobby Wimbush all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Wimbush with back-to-back touchdowns. Put a return, he makes one man miss and it's just gone. And just like that, the LSU Tigers back up 17, 11 seconds later. And this time, Tennessee's just going to take a touchback at the 25. Tennessee's offense right back on the field after scoring a touchdown to the tight end, Casey. This time they're going to go to a screen, and that gets shut down for a loss of 3. So they're going to hand the ball off to Pittman, who just can't get anything going. That's a loss of 1. So now 3rd and 14. LSU sends for this pressure one that's outside of the pocket. And he fumbles the ball. LSU picks it up. And he goes out of bounds. Looks like he was brought down by number 90, Joe Ali. And then Jace Lennon-Cole picks it up for the recovery. And that's just a bad turnover by Tennessee. You can see when Elenitz runs out of the pocket, not keeping the ball secure. It looks like number 51 was also there, PJ Prater. So now LSU already inside the red zone, now down to the 8. They're going to give it back to Speed, who's going to fall forward into the end zone on an 8-yard gain. What body control and balance from the running back. Was first hit at the 8-yard line. It looks like he just was able to tumble and stumble his way without touching the ground, obviously, into the end zone. Let's see this again. Yeah, he's hit right there and just drags himself forward and flips over into the end zone. And just like that, the LSU Tigers are up 31-7 with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. And this one is getting out of hand and ugly quickly.
Tennessee 7.
Seems like Tennessee is in a passing set here. Trio of receivers to the top. But they're still going to give it to Pittman, who's still not able to get anywhere. A loss of 1. These LSU front 7 has been making it really hard on Pittman to get anything done here. So give it back to Pittman and shut down again for a gain of 3. Now he's got 80 yards on the day, but you can just see that scoreboard, and a lot of these are just on just huge open lanes as there's pressure on Wellnitz again, but he's going to get out the pocket, and he's going to take off for first down, but caught from behind. Tennessee up to the 39. Tennessee motioning the tight end, looking to pass, instant pressure hit as he's thrown. 2nd and 10. Going to be number 9, David Lestige. He's going to give it back to Pittman, and that's going nowhere for after a gain of 2. Wellnitz looks to throw, so you just have to get it off quickly as he makes a man miss, and he's going to fall forward for the first down. Dalton Casey with impeccable timing. As they're going to give it back to Pittman for a gain of 1. Going to hand it back off to Pittman, who's got a lane this time, gets to the outside, but is hawked from behind. Tennessee back up to the 26. And that puts Pittman up to 633 yards on the season. So Tennessee, despite being down 24, is still going heavy on the run game. As that screen, or RPO more accurately, goes for no gain. 2nd and 10, Wellnitz takes the snap. It's a screen, and that's going to be stopped after a gain of 3. Great redirection by the LSU lineman there. There's going to be a keeper, as Wellnitz doesn't know where he's going. Tackle by number 59, Sidney Cook, and they're going to have to settle for 3. This kick is up and good. Tennessee 10, LSU 31. And this time he's going to take the touchback after returning it earlier this quarter. First and 10 at the 25. Mavia takes the snap. And it's, another dangerous throw, but this is going to be good for a gain of 4. Give it to Speed, who can't get past the line of scrimmage. Stuffed by the Tennessee brick wall, Brick Wilford. 3rd and 6, tight end in the backfield. Mavia's looking, pressure, and it's going down. Sacked by number 97, Miles Klug. And that might be the first 3 and out Tennessee has forced all game. With about close to 4 minutes left, have a chance to put some more points on the board. Hopefully make it a more competitive second half.
Number 96 on to kick it away.
As the Tennessee returner gets the ball, it's going to be stopped down at the 28. Tennessee with stacked receivers, going to just give it back to Pittman, who again is consistently swallowed up at the line. Motioning to a 4-receiver set to the top of the screen. Jackson Willis by himself at the bottom. One that's looking. It's going to throw. It's going to be dropped by the receiver. 3rd and 7. All right, LSU sends pressure. One that's got to throw, but he's going to go down. Sacked by the linebacker, 37, James Boyce. Just like that, they're going to get their own 3 and out, and they're going to have to punt it right back to LSU. And that's one of the new things we're seeing more and more often here in college football 27, is that the defensive line and the linebackers are able to do some stunts and twists, shifts around. So you saw Boyce go from the middle to the outside, and it confused that Tennessee offensive line. This return takes him to midfield, and we hit the 2-minute warning here in this game. Via motioning blitz, and he's going to go down for a loss of 5. So 2nd and 15, Mavia looking, throwing, and it's going to be dropped. Jonte can't hold on to it. 3rd and 15. You can see at the top of the screen, top of the screen, the Tennessee corners are pressed, but they're going to do a pitch to the outside, and Speed can't get there. Tennessee's going to call their first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Tennessee. Number 96 in punt formation to kick it away.
So that punt is going to sail out of bounds at the 9. We really haven't seen anything from Jackson Willis, and that's his 2nd catch of the game on what I believe is the same exact play. The only time they've gotten Willis the ball are those 2 RPO receiver screen kind of plays. And, this is the guy who, again, had nearly 2,000 receiving yards last year. As Wellness takes the snap, it's going to be a screen. And Pittman's going to get to the outside. What an amazing, elusive play there, as just set up the entire LSU defense to come inside as he cut back out. As Wellness looks to throw, and it's intercepted! Going the other way, and he has the speed Touchdown, CJ Lanky. And this dude has been all over the field today with pick six there, multiple TFLs and run stops from the corner position. And they're going to be up the largest lead of the day after this PAT. They're going to be up 38-10, a 28-point deficit. And Lanky just read that all the way, stepped right in front of the receiver.
The kicker on for the extra point.
As the kick is up and good, and LSU up 38-10, and we're still here in the second quarter.
That makes the score LSU 38, Tennessee 10.
So Tennessee's going to elect to return this out to the 18, and they're going with a 4-receiver set here to the bottom of the screen. Going to the top, setting up another screen, and Wellness is going to get sacked by Jace Lennon-Cole again. And that's just an unnecessary sack to take there. Free rusher straight in his face. He's got to let go of the ball. And that is halftime. LSU up 38-10. Dominant now by LSU, led by the defense creating turnovers, getting pick sixes. Bobby Winbush with a kick return. So LSU has got a touchdown in every facet of the game, offensive, defensive, and special teams. And now while halftime is going on, let's see if I can get that. No, it still doesn't look like it wants to fit properly. So here's a little bit. It's small on the screen, but you can see the rest of the top 25. Texas at 12, Georgia at 15, Tulane down there at 18, Memphis, Duke, and Ole Miss sneaking in. And then, if you hadn't already heard in the Discord, tonight's game has been postponed to Friday. So we're going to have a game at Friday. And then the game of the week, Miami versus Clemson. In an ACC matchup, both the top two teams favored to win the ACC this year. Clemson, taking a loss in week one, can't afford to start with an ACC loss here this week. So a must-win for Clemson as we get back into the start of the second half, where LSU maintains a 28-point lead. As they're going to hand it back to Pittman, who's got a gain of 4, and you're down 4 scores, only 2 quarters left. They're going to have to start putting the game onto Wellnitz more often, as they're just going to right back to Pittman, who's got a first down to the 31. Well, back to Pittman, and that's going nowhere after a gain of 2. Play action, and just an inaccurate pass. They tried to get it to Dalton Casey, who was just escaping from the cluster there in the middle on that RPO. Grenade at one, it's looking, throws. Caught by Jackson Willis. Up to the 49. Tennessee back at midfield. Has the snap, play action, pressure, and he's just going to take the sack. Big number 90, Joe Ali, back there for the second time. So that's going to take us to 2nd and 18 for the Volunteers offense. As they're going to do, just dump it out to Casey, who's gonna have no gain, 5 catches, 13 yards on the day. He's going to check down machine here for Tennessee. This time Tennessee's only touchdown is they're going to set up a screen, but they can't get the block, and the linebacker blows it up. Sidney Cook on the tackle. The lineman just didn't even see him. So Tennessee's first drive of the half forced a punt away, and they're going to let that one go into the back of the end zone. LSU will come out to the 20. So Maivia gets it out. Oh, he's got a little lane to the outside, and they're going to be a gain of 9. Number 0, Tony Francis, with his first reception of the game. That's a great block there from the tight end Peterson to let Francis escape to the outside. A trio to receivers to the top of the screen. The middle of the field very empty right now. They are going to give it to Speed, who's got the blocks, but chooses to stay to the outside with a first down to the 38. So we're going to play action, and I'm not sure what happened there. Number 41 just coming unblocked. That's Jamie Dora. Just moved straight into the backfield and took care of business at the quarter. Let's see if this replay. They're not going to give us a replay. All right, well, 2nd and 13 for LSU. As they're going to give it to Speed, who hits the lane in the middle for a gain of 6. So 3rd and 7 as they come out and empty. For Winbush in the slot to the top of the screen, and that's who he'll hit for a first down, tackled by Dora, as Winbush is over the century mark for the game. So we give it back to Speed, and nobody blocks Dora again, who stopped it for a gain of 1. Right back to Speed, who has a little bit of a lane here after a gain of 4. So 3rd and 5. Looks like LSU is also just trying to wear this clock out now with this massive lead. So they're just going to check it down really quick, only for a gain of 3. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. You got trips to the top. Peterson, Winbush up there, but they're going to give it to Speed, and they have great blocks! And Speed can't make the last man miss. Down to the 20. What a play on 4th down for this LSU offense. And there's going to go play action. Maivia looks, throws, and it's intercepted! Maivia's 2nd interception of the day by number 0, Rick Wolford this time. And again, just like his last interception, looks like he just didn't see the linebacker sitting there and threw it right at him. One play action, throws, and yeah, Brick's just standing there waiting for the ball to hit him in the face. So Tennessee's going to give it to Pittman, who's dragged down after a gain of 2. Giving it back to Pittman for a gain of 6, and looks like this is just going to be Tennessee's plan, is to just keep giving the ball to Pittman. As it's going to be an option, and I'm not sure what Walnuts is doing, as he's going to lose 3, and it's going to be a 3 and out, and they're going to punt. This Tennessee offensive playbook just has not looked good against LSU. Now, I mean, they won 61-0 against Rutgers, but, you know, you're an SEC team playing Rutgers. It doesn't really matter what playbook you use. But here, going against one of the powerhouses in the college series here in the RFL, it's just not going to work. There's not enough, vertical threat down the field. Every time I've seen a receiver catch a pass, it's been off the screen or off an RPO. they got to start letting routes develop down the field. As Peterson has back-to-back catches and somehow runs past the defenders. And Peterson is to the 49. Now, it could just be the playbook this game for Tennessee. But I think as they start SEC play, the coach is going to need to start testing things in offline file if he isn't already. And just practice against better teams because, again, the offensive playbook has just been just give the ball to the back and hope we win. As Maivia looks to throw, and it's going to be a third interception of the game. This time to another linebacker, Evan Johns. So 3 interceptions to 3 different linebackers, and he's just throwing it right to him. I'm not sure what Maivia is seeing. Again, they're showing he's not pressured, and again, just Johns is standing right there in the way of the route, hits him right in the hands. As he throws an interception back to Sidney Cook, and LSU is going to get their second pick 6 of the game. So it really doesn't matter if Maivia's thrown 3 interceptions. The defense has forced 3 turnovers and scored twice themselves. Bobby Winbush is returning kicks on his own. So so right now LSU is winning without LSU's offense. 2 defensive touchdowns and a kick return touchdown, but have them up 21-10 on Tennessee. As this kick is up and good, and LSU is leading 45-10. Tennessee has a trio of pass catchers on the bottom of the screen. They're going to give it to Pittman, who goes nowhere for a gain of 1. 30 carries for 136 yards, a little over 4 yards a carry. So when it looks to throw, as hit as he's thrown, and that goes out of bounds, 3rd and 9. When it's looking to throw, pressure, hits Jackson and Willis. He's not going to have enough for a first. He's only going to have a gain of 6, and Tennessee's going to go 3 and out again. Now Maivia, after throwing back-to-back interceptions, will come out on the 20. We'll see how aggressive LSU wants to be here with a 5-touchdown lead. As they're going to run play action, he's going to throw, and it's caught all the way to the 42. So now we're going to have 1st and 10. As Maivia looks to throw again, he's going to throw it up, and it's going to be Winbush, and it's intercepted for the 4th time today. As this return is going to stop at the 27. That's number 7. Spencer Wade getting it this time. And this time he underthrew Winbush. If he could have got it to the back of the end zone, Winbush would have had more of a chance. But you can see Spencer Wade just jumping right in front to get it. But now 4 interceptions for Maivia today. As they're just going to hand it off to Pittman, who's going to come out of that pile for a 7-yard gain. Second and 3, giving it back to Pittman, and they're going to give him a first to the 37. And he gets off and stuck for a gain of 3. As we're going to hit into the fourth quarter of this lopsided game, the LSU Tigers 45, the Volunteers 10. Let's get those fours in chat, as LSU is handling business right now. So Walnut's back on the field as they're going to give it to the backup running back, Dunman, for a first down as we start the fourth quarter.
The carry is the rundown. A pickup of 8. That's a first down for the offense.
Walnut's going to get, it's going to be a play action and dropped. The defender might have had the ball on it, but that was intended for number 16, Terrell Shockey. And it looks like all the backups are in actually for Tennessee, because that's number 17, Willie Jasmine. So I might not have the list, but these are all backup players for Tennessee. They've called it. Wellness is out of the game, as that's going to be a first down to Shockey. So in right now is Ramon Arnold in for the Tennessee Volunteers, as they're going to give it to Dunham. So Arnold takes the snap, looking, is going to check it down to Dunham. It looks like the LSU starters are still on the field, though. So we have the Tennessee backups versus some of the LSU starters. So CJ Lanky has gone from nickel to the number 1 corner. So yeah, it looks like, and that's an interception by LSU. And that's CJ Lanky again, who's going to have his second pick 6 of the day. Just brought his name up, this time for 74 yards. And that's what happens when your third corner on the depth chart is good enough to be a starter. When the backups come in, he gets to stay on the field and bat his stats. So on Ramon Arnold's first snaps of the season here, throws a pick 6 to Lanky, and he's going to get to come right back onto the field, as LSU is going to go up 52-10. So this time starting from the 16, and let's see who's on the field. This still seems mostly backups, as he hits a receiver in stride for a first down to the 35. And yep, CJ Lanky's still there at the bottom of the screen. At the top, Samir Hayes, number 7. So this is still mostly LSU starters in against Tennessee backups. Looks like maybe the D-line has stepped out a little bit. But all of these corners are the starting corners for LSU. And I still see number 26 right up. So it looks like the secondary and the linebackers are the starters, but the D-line for LSU is the backups, as that run is good for 7. As that's going to be a quick pass. It looks like he had enough for a first, and they will give him the first. Number 4, Greg Adebo on the reception. Sorry, George Adebo. That's thrown, luckily not intercepted again. Would have been CJ Lanky's third. As he's going to get it off to Dunham quickly. Tackled by Lanky for a gain of 2. As Arnold's looking to throw, he's got pressure. He's going to get it off to the back, who's got a first down to the 27. Now, I am streaming this from the LSU account, so that might be why they have not subbed. As they're going to hand off, and they're going to go down by the 3. It might just be you have to be a CPU team for that to happen. It's going to be an RPO for a first down to the 15. So the Tennessee backups making their way down the field, trying to score. Arizona looks to throw, gets it on the receiver bubble, and that's going nowhere. Shut down by number 4, Thiago Perella. That's a keeper for Arnold, and that also goes nowhere. So 3rd and 10. Jace Linenkohl on the tackle. Oh, they're going to count that as a sack. So we have 14-minute quarters. We're down to 6. And we've yet to see the LSU offense on the field here in the 4th. As that's going to be caught by Tennessee. And here they're going to be marked short. 4th and 2. And they are going to go for it. Giving these backups some experience in these kind of situations. As Arnold takes the snap, throws. And it's going to be a touchdown. Number 16, Terrell Shockey, gets into the end zone for Tennessee. They get another RPO, just got the inside on Samir Hayes. Arnold able to lay it in. So LSU 52, Tennessee 17. They're in the 4th quarter with 5:35 to go.
LSU 52, Tennessee 17.
Now it is Winbush on the return again. I think if he doesn't get tripped up, he's going to go all the way, and it looks to be the Tennessee backups on defense. LSU starters. So they're going to get out to Peterson, who makes a man miss, but is brought down by the 2nd. Number 17, Tyler Torres. I'm going to give it to Speed for a gain of 3. He's going to take the snap, look to throw. There's pressure. Gets it to Peterson. It's going to be 4th and 3, and LSU was just going to punt. Game already in hand. Looked like they were just trying to run some time off the clock. Arnold beat the offense back onto the field at 24. Able to score against the LSU starters last time. As Arnold's looking to throw. Able to get a 6-yard gain there. Devo on the reception. RPO out to the outside, and that's a first down, Volunteers. Number 10 on the reception, and I do not have that listed. So we give it to Dunham, who's got a lane and a first down. I'm sorry, that might have been 16, Terrell Shockey again.
He's brought down near the 49-yard line. Good enough for a first down.
Arnold looking to throw, gets it off, and that's caught and dropped. Debo can't hold on to the ball, 2nd and 10. The 4 receivers to the top. Arnold's looking to throw, gets it off, and it's held on this time by the Volunteer receiver, bringing up 3rd and 2. We give it to Dunham, who gets to the outside and has a first down. To be brought down at the 36.
He's brought down at the 36-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
An RPO to the outside quickly to Shockey for no gain. Quick to throw. It's caught down after a gain of 8, 3rd and 2. So we head to under a minute of this game. They get it to Dunham, who's going to have just enough speed to get to the outside for a first down. With 8 seconds left in the game, this will be the last play for Arnold. If he takes the snap, and they don't, that's the game. LSU wins 52-17 in a landslide victory. You can just see that massive second quarter by LSU and CJ Lanke with the 2 pick sixes. That is all from me today, guys, from Forbes. In order to not risk losing the game like we have been, I'm not going to show stats. I'm just going to try to quickly take some pictures and get out of this. I want LSU to be able to save these stats, guys. So we can get a couple of pictures and then get out. So unfortunately, I will not be showing the stats.